Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It is good to be back. We had a nice little card. Are we good? Can everyone hear me okay? All right, cool. All right, let me fix one thing before we get started because I am an idiot. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Guys. Just I gotta edit one thing. Give me 1 second. You guys flowing. I just gotta edit one thing. All right. We are good. We are good. We are all good. Dr. Boxing fan is in the house. So if you guys listened to me, which I hope y'all did, y'all hit on your little two-way parlay today. A little three-way parlay with Grant Flores, Gregory Morales, and then Alexis Rocha. Hopefully you guys took me up on that because this is easy money, and this is what I'm saying by bring down the house. We can bring down the house if we just cash in on these little bets. The odds weren't terrible. They weren't horrible, minus 270 or something like that. I think if you parlay all three of them, it's not bad. Just take the money. Whatever your bet is, just take the money and keep moving on. Is Rocket in the house? Let's go over your parlay together. Let me know if you're in the house, Rocket. If not, let me know when you get here, and we'll go over your parlay. But that was an interesting performance by Alexis Rocha. I don't really know what to make of that performance. I'm not at all impressed by Santiago Dominguez. I don't think he's really a top-notch fighter. I know he's got a decent win. I really don't think he's it. I like what he did today in there, but ultimately, Rocha, I'm talking about. I like what Rocha did. Yeah, Rocket, my man. All right. Let's look at your parlay in just a second. I don't really like. I like what Rocha did. He looked good, except he's not going to outbox the best welterweights in the world, right? Like that's not who he is. That's not what he's going to do. So yeah, you can outbox Santiago Dominguez for days. That's not a problem. But what's that going to do for you when you are fighting the top 147 pounders in the world? It's good not to be one dimensional, and maybe he treated that as a sparring session. He's just working on stuff but yeah, you can see he wasn't quite aggressive. He had him hurt several times and never really stepped on the gas and let it go. 147 is a division he can have success in. It's no longer a great division, but if he's fighting, I don't even know the names of that division anymore right now. Barrios or Brian Norman. How's that? Is he going to sit there and outbox those guys using that strategy? I would say no, right? Like, so sitting there boxing, letting him off the hook is bad practice. But he looked good doing it. It's not going to work at the highest level. So you can make what you want of that Alexis Rocha performance. Rocky says, "Hey Garrett, I have Junto Nakatani for KO. I like it. Brad Paul's on the money line. There's okay. Andrew Kane by stoppage for over 8.5 for Chantal Cameron. Riku Kanoi KO and Mike Berry to get knocked down between. All right, here's where we start to lose it. Mike Berry to get knocked down between round 1 and 6. So Rocket, I love you, bro. I can't help you with this Mike Berry to get knocked down in the first half of the fight. Could happen. I don't know. I don't even know how to handicap that, but the rest of this is pretty good. Nakatani for KO, sure. Brad Paul's money line, I like it. I would pick that. Andrew Kane by stoppage. Yeah, I can live with that bet. That's not a terrible bet. I can live with that. Over 8.5 for Chantal Cameron. That's a hit. Rico Cano by KO. I like him on a money line. It's not going to change your bet that much. Andrew Cane's got 10 knockouts and 11 wins. I like that. Here's the two things I have with this. Riku Kano, put him on the money line. Just put him on the money line. It's not going to change your odds that drastically. And then Mike Berry to get knocked down between round 1 and 6. I don't know if that's good or bad, man. Like, it's feasible. Like, why not, right? But if that's the one you want to roll the dice on, if you feel good about that, go with it. Change Kano to money line, I would say. Uh, Dominguez landed 19% of his shots. 19%. That's not good. 19% is not good. And look, Alexis Rocha boxed well today. That's not what he is. He's an aggressive, come forward guy. I'm not saying he can't box well. Yes, he can. That's not stylistically what you want him to do. That's not his forte. Yes, you want him to work on it. So unless he's treating this like a sparring session, and I said Santiago Dominguez is not good. I said that those odds were way too close, even at minus 450. I said that should be a minus 1,000 fight. Santiago Dominguez has no chance of winning that fight. None. Zero. Zilch. And you can see that he was completely outmatched and outmanaged. So if you took I gave you guys an easy parlay. I hope you took it with Gregory Morales on the money line, Alexis Rocha on the money line, and Grant Flores on the money line. It's easy money, man. It's easy, easy, easy money. Just take it. Just take the money. You are the best. Thank you, Junior Smile. I appreciate you. Look, guys, if you did take my bet, which I always advise you to do, take my bet, especially when I lock it up like that. Don't forget to tip your bookie. You can cash at me. You can do super chats. It's all good. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to tip your gambling advisor when he gives you a hit. If you took it, if you take my advice, share the love. I want no distance with Riku versus Anthony. What break down the odds? It's an even money fight for the most part, isn't it? What are the odds, Rocky? Give me the odds on that, and let's take a look at the odds together. Let's make a smart pick here because I want you to hit this, and I think the rest of it is feasible. Like Kane by stoppage, Nakatani by stoppage, Chantel Cameron over. Like I like these bets. I think these are good bets. These are good bets. But let me see the odds on the various props for Recap versus Anthony and what it is just straight on the money line. And then Kosai Tanaka fight is off because Rodriguez missed weight by 10,000 pounds, right? Is that what happened? Missed it by 6.5 pounds or 6.25 pounds or something like that. That's what happened today. So let's take a look at tomorrow's parlay because we need to recalculate things because that fight is off. But we hit money today. If you guys are a Patreon, I gave you the lock of the week. The lock of the week hit 2 of the 4 legs today. We have to hit the other 2 legs tomorrow, which should not be a problem. We will certainly hit those 2 legs tomorrow. Uh, uh, uh. All right. Junior Smiles said, guys, if you are on a Patreon and you want to get rich and you want to make money every week, join the Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get the lock of the week. We hit the lock of the week every week. We already hit the 2 hardest parts of it today. We'll get the 2 other parts tonight with tomorrow. Junior Smile says, Muhammad Makoff, money line of the year, 7/27/24, minus 105 UFC. Junior, are you a UFC guy? Are you a big UFC guy? Do you know how I don't know how to bet UFC. I don't pay attention to UFC, but I'm interested in making money on it. I am a capitalist. I do like making money, and I do like winning bets. If you know something about this and you want to come on and break it down, I'm all for it. Nakatani got knee opponent, says DB Boxing Fan. Rocket says, okay, so here we go, Rocket. 250 for Raku on the money line. Minus 325 for Anthony. Minus 150 for stoppage for Anthony. Plus 750 stoppage for Raku. So you took the plus 700 for Raku. Hang on. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. Riku Kano, he's got 11 knockouts in 22 fights. So he's been knocked out or not. Half of his fights have ended in knockout. If you really like it, just take it on the money line, Rocket. I know the odds drastically. Tell me how you feel, Rocket. Like, put the odds away for a second. Just talk to me. How do you think the fight ends? I think Riku wins on points. That's my gut instinct on that fight. What does your instinct tell you? Just put the odds away for a second and just talk to me as a knowledgeable boxing person. How do you see that fight ending? If I said no money, just we're talking, who's going to win this fight and how? Talk to me. If you think Riku is going to stop him, then absolutely make the bet. See, I like that. Plus 425. I like that a lot. Tell me what you think. Who do you think is going to win the fight and how? And make that bet. That's what I would tell you to do on that fight. Because I'm surprised on the odds. That's a 50-50 kind of fight to me. I don't know why they have the odds so wide. Like, I really like Riku Kano on the money line. What is it? Plus 250 on the money line. It's a sexy little bet. I don't know why it's that wide. Plus 250. It seems crazy to me. I would maybe put a wager on that. Unless you really think, unless you have some knowledge that I don't have where you have he's susceptible to Kano's bet. You tell me how you think the fight's going to end, Rocket, and let's bet that. Like, I think Riku wins by decision. That would be my guess. Both can bang. Anthony loves to go for the stoppage. If you want to go for the stoppage, bet the stoppage. Oh, that's pretty good. UFC is harder than boxing, but I'm 80% on UFC. That's pretty good. 80% is really good, especially those are Junior Smile. You got something there. Well, I can't bet UFC like that. That's really good, man. Look, boxing is easier to bet because there's so many mismatches, like we saw in Golden Boy today, right? Like none of those guys, none of the Golden Boy fighters were going to lose today. It wasn't going to happen. They were all complete mismatches. So you just parlay them together and you take what you got. Brian Lua in the opening bout. Did anyone watch Brian Lua? Yo, that kid's something else right there. Brian Lua might be the one. That's a guy. He fought in the opening bout of the card. That dude might be the one to keep an eye on. Seriously. Brian Lua. If you don't know the name, 5'10", tall, long, lightweight, 26 years old. He moved to 10-0 today. Got the 5th round stoppage over Olheen. Olheen is a guy that's been in with everybody. He's a good fighter. Really, really good fighter. 39 losses, but he's only been knocked out 4 times. And he's been in went the distance with really, really good fighters. So that was impressive. I can't even remember the last time he was stopped. I'm trying to pull it up right now. He always goes the distance. Horacio Garcia in 2017 was the last time he was stopped, and he fights everybody. So that was something to keep an eye on. Brian Lua, that's someone you want to keep an eye on for sure. Junior Smile says, you and me always agree on boxing. Love your boxing strategy. Thank you, Junior Smile. Great minds think alike. Lewis seems like I liked him a lot. He's 26, so he's not he's not totally green. I didn't realize he was 26. I thought he was probably a little younger, 23, 24. He's 26, but that's like a guy, a lightweight. Again, murderers were over division, but he's a guy that can make noise in that division. Long, rangy, powerful, good skills, skilled at all 3 levels. A really good fighter. He's not an explosive one-punch hitter, but he's got power he can hit. And he's really complete. He's really good at distance. He's really good on the inside. He's really good at all 3 distances. Brian Lewis is a prospect that I want everyone to keep their eye on. I'm going to reach out to him and try to get an interview with him. We've seen him on top ranked prospects, top ranked cards before, but really early in the cards, ESPN Plus, different thing like that. That's a lightweight I want you to keep your eye on. Brian Lua, keep that in mind. Gregory Morales is my boy, 122, 126 pound prospect. He fought in the co-main. He looked good, took care of business, but I want to see him match him a little tougher than that. That was his first 10-rounder. Okay, let's move these guys a little quicker, Golden Boy. Let's move a little quicker. And then what do we think of Alexis Rocha's performance? I thought it was good. I'd give it a solid B+. It's a good performance. I just don't think he's going to beat the best welterweights in the world. He's not going to beat Mario Barrios boxing off the back foot. You're going to have to get in it, and you're going to have to give him hell. You're going to have to bang with him. You're going to have to stand in the pocket and fight. Like this. I remember, certain fights. You're getting ready. You're in the back. You going over the blueprint, the game plan, and you just don't have it that night, right? Like, I'm just not feeling it. And it's like, nah, screw the game plan. I'm going to fight. We're going to fight tonight. Like, camp was great. I like what we learned on. But tonight, I'm going to fight. I'm going to give it hell. We're going to stand in the pocket and fight. That's what we're going to do tonight. My skills are better than yours. I can take your shot. Let's find out if you can take mine. Let's fight. And that's the way Alexis Rocha's got to be. Like, I get he can box a little bit, but he's not winning a world title off the back foot. When he and maybe Dominguez's power is crazy. I didn't get hit by him, so I don't know. But he let Dominguez off the hook several times trying to box him. It's like, guy, who are you? I thought, okay, Jared Boots Enos would Boots Enos would kill him. He's got to get in on Boots and make his life hell. I don't think he can beat Boots Enos no matter what, like regardless of how he fights. He's not beating Boots, but he's not going to outbox Boots. He's not going to do it. Like, know who you are. Wonder the odds on Tio versus Brian Norman. Maybe Tio -300. If that's, and you could be right, Junior Smile. If that's the odds, bet the house on Brian Norman. When are we going to realize that Teofimo Lopez he's very beatable. He's very, very beatable. Like, I like Tio. Tio is one of my dudes. I got to meet him. We're both married to flight attendants for the same airline who are based in the same city. So, like, that's my dude. I like Teofimo Lopez. He's a good dude. But, like, he's been exposed. He's not what he's cracked up to be. It seems to have declined a bit. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. He's a good fighter, but Brian Norman's good. Like, Brian Norman could beat him. Like, -300, I would lock in. I would consider locking in on Brian Norman. Are you guys ready to look at tomorrow's parlay? Let's pull up tomorrow's parlay. Junto Nakatani to win by KO, TKO, and DQ. -320. We are going to bet on that. There's one we like. Get a 3-leg parlay. I think that's a good bet. Chantel Cameron. By decision or technical decision, -330. We love that. Owen Cooper and Akao Asuman over 8.5 at -400. We love that. And then finally, Zach Parker and Jack Arnfeld. We like Parker on the money line, -1400. All right, so these are the 4 bets I really like. Do you guys want to parlay these all together? And I may drop this one out. Rocket, My mathematician, can you help me out here? Rocky says Brian Norman Jr. will beat him. Let's do it. Can you parlay those odds for me, Rocket, real quick? Can you parlay these for me? Minus 330, minus 400, minus 1400, and minus 320, minus 330, minus 400, minus 1400. What are the odds on that, Rocket? What's the total parlay on that? Let's do it. Okay. DB boxing does Junto have a new opponent? No, because it's Kozai Tanaka whose opponent missed weight. Kozai Tanaka's opponent, Jonathan Rodriguez, missed weight by 6.5 pounds. So that fight's off. Jake Paul by stoppage minus 120 easy. Again, maybe. I know for a fact that his fight last year against Andre August was fixed, so I don't mess with Jake Paul fights. I know that they paid Andre August $300,000 to get knocked out in the first round. It was $200 to get knocked out in the second, and $100 to get knocked out in the third. Yeah, obviously he took the $300,000. That's straight from his trainer. So last I heard, Nakatani's fight was canceled. No, Kozai Tanaka's fight was canceled. Unless I'm wrong, I could be. It's Kozai Tanaka's opponent missed. Someone fill me in on that. I could be wrong. But it was Tanaka's opponent that missed weight by 6.5 pounds. All right, let me pull up my parlay calculator here, guys. Let me get. I like this parlay. Oh, you guys are gonna like this. So that parlay. All right, DraftKings has it by decision. If you do that, guys, I'm not making this up. That parlay looks like easy money, right? Pays plus 129. Check my math on this. Tanaka by stoppage. The over. Chantel Cameron by decision. Zach Parker on the money line. Owen Cooper fight to go over 8.5. It pays plus money. That pays plus 129. That's a sexy little parlay right there. If you want to take this one out, it pays minus 120. Either one of those, the 3 or the 4 leg parlays are paying excellent money. I think that is a bet worth taking. I think Saturday's Nakatani by stoppage, Chantel Cameron by decision, Zach Parker, and then you can add the Cooper fight, the over, if you want to. I think that is a super sexy parlay. I think the odds are great. I would look in. I would take the money that I won on today's parlay. If you listen to me, I gave you a great 3-leg parlay that made some decent money. I would take that money that I won tonight and then throw it on this parlay. This is a sexy parlay right here. This 3-leg parlay, it might be what I do right here. That's going to hit. That's going to hit. Nakatani by stoppage, Zach Parker on the money line, Chantel Cameron by decision. That is a damn near certainty. And it's going to hit. And that pays minus 120. Let's do that, and let's just call it a great weekend. If I was a book, honestly, I wouldn't carry it. It's fake, man. It's fake as hell. I wouldn't carry it. Minus 103. Yeah, that's a good bet too. Minus 103. You can do that. I have Crawford and Isaac Cruz as my locks for August 3rd. Am I on point? I mean, probably. Both on money line. Crawford and Madrimov is a great fight. I can't see. I want to bet on Madrimov, right? Like I've always said, if there's someone who can beat Crawford, if that person exists, and I'm not saying that he does, it's Madrimov. But like when push comes to shove, am I really gonna pick Madrimov to beat Crawford? I can't see it, man. I hope so. Like Madrimov is really good, and I'm gonna really study this tape. I'm really gonna get into this tape, and I want to take Madrimov. I just don't know if I can do it. Yes, money line, money line, money line, money line. I like it. Isaac Cruz is scary to bet, due to lose eventually. He was right there with Tank Davis. Like he's stylistically, he's hard to predict. He's right there. He's 26-2. He stopped Rolly Romero. He's got the ugly decision over Giovanni Cabrera. And since it's Javante Tank Davis, we're not going to get into that. Who cares what he did with Tank? With Gamboa. That's irrelevant. He's got one over Diego Magdaleno. I understand what Junior Smile is saying. It's Jose Venezuela, bro. It's Rayo. Maybe. Let me get into the tape. I'm not a huge Rayo fan, but let's see. Ryan, I would bet Tyler. Yes, Ryan High, 100%. 100%. Isaac Cruz is not losing to Rayo. I agree, Ryan. I agree. Big Baby and Bud Parlay. Look, Junior, that's not bad. Let's take a look at the odds. I'll put the videos out. I'll get to work on it. I'll try to get as many videos out as I can. I'll try to do as many lives as I can. But you guys, y'all come join me on the lives. And I'll try to put out as many lives as possible. Big Baby is getting stopped by Ruiz. Ooh. There's a prediction. I mean, probably. Pitbull's overrated. Yeah, and so is Rayo, though. Rayo beat Chris Colbert, and again, I fell for the Chris Colbert hype job. So don't, but Chris Colbert's a hype job. I saw Cruz's opponents fight. None of them are the same. I saw Cruz's opponents fight. None of them are at the level of Cruz. He fought. He fought Colbert. You know, how do you feel about Chris Colbert? World of Wrestling. I mean, he never really. How do you feel about Chris Colbert? I like Colbert, except he sucks, right? Like that was the end of it. He's talking about the real big boy, not the fake one. Yeah, that was confusing. That was confusing because I thought that's what you meant. Jared Anderson, Junior Smile is talking about Jared Anderson, who's fighting Martin Piccoli, right? That's what you're talking about. Big Baby Jarrell Miller is going to lose to Ruiz. Are we all on the same page now? There's two big babies, both fight on August 3rd, which is hyper confusing, I think. Is that right? Junior Smile is talking about Big Baby Anderson, and Ryan Hong was talking about Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller will probably get knocked out by Ruiz. Big Baby Anderson will probably knock out Piccoli. So they were both right, I think, if we're all on the same page. Yeah, I know that was confusing. I was getting confused too when you said Big Baby, but then I remember they both fight. Yeah, well, he lost to Goldberg and he faced him in a rematch. So I mean, Cruz should win that. But I agree, World of Wrestling. I'll take Cruz to win by KO, but I will moneyline it to play safe. Yeah, I'm gonna moneyline it too, most likely. Again, I'm gonna watch all the tape. I'm gonna get into the tape, but inkling is that, yeah, is Colbert. I mean, is Cruz on a money line. So I want to put this in the chat for y'all. Minus Parker money line. Minus 320. Akatani by stoppage. Minus 330. Cameron by decision. There's the money line bet right there, guys. Take that money line, book it, easy, safe. That's Saturday's bet, so we're gonna hit that. We hit today's bet, and we're gonna hit the lock of the week if you're a Patreon. If you're not a Patreon, join the Patreon, get the lock of the week. This is the easiest money in the world from the best boxing gamble advisor in the world, which happens to be me. But that's what I got for you today. You guys have any last minute questions, comments, super chats, thoughts? Let me know, or forever hold your peace, because I'm going to get going in just a few minutes. But if you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions, super chats, let me know. Let me know. Otherwise, I am going to peace out this one. All right, y'all. It is July 20th, 2024. From Texas to the world. Rocha did do very well today. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Like, I like the way he fought. Like, he looked good. I just don't think he's going to outbox guys at the highest level. But he did look good in doing what he did today. I agree. Owen Cooper. You want to add Owen Cooper, the over 8.5. I would add Owen Cooper and Ikal Essiman over if you want. That makes it positive money. If you guys want, you can put Cooper in. If you put the over. You guys can put that in. It brings the odds to like plus 125, I want to say. I said I was going to give you a 3-leg parlay, but there was 4 bets I really liked. I like that one the least, so I took it out. But yeah, you can put that. I would feel safe giving that to you guys too. All right. It is July 20th now. We went from July 19th to July 20th. 2024 from Texas to the world. Thank you, and God bless.